welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video, so please be nice, but I thought I'd start it off simple and do my brows. I have always been asked how I do my brows, so I just thought I would jump on here and do it for you. It's really simple. It's only, well, it is a few products, but they are all drugstore, and that's what I love about it. You do not need high-end products all the time to create a really good brow or any sort of makeup look. So as I said, I start off with nothing on my face. Obviously I do go ahead and do my skincare and wash my face before this, but I don't have any primers or anything like that. The reason I don't do primers before I do my brows is because I really don't like the feeling of a primer underneath when I'm doing the application on my brow, because it slides everywhere with that oily feeling of the primer. So obviously nothing on my face, but I have done my skincare and moisturizer and stuff like that before, which I will get into in another video. If you want to see that, please leave me a comment down below. But my first product is this ChiChi brow pomade. I love this product. It lasts me forever. This is what it looks like inside. It's not the best looking pot at the moment. There are different shades of this brow pomade, and you can find this brand in Target. I'm fairly sure this is under $20, so once again, you don't need to go out and get a high-end brow product when you can get this in a drugstore in Target for under $20. I get my brow definer brush. This brush is the Pony Cosmetics brow brush, I think it is. And what I do is I smush out my product on this pot, just like so, thinning out that product so it's nice and crisp on my brush. I think these brushes are amazing because you have the brush on one side and the spoolie on the other. It's just really handy to be able to flip each side and not having to pick up another brush each time. I always start by flicking up my brows and then the other side with the product just going straight underneath, starting really light-handed, because the look I want to avoid is the box brow look. Personally, I don't like it. You might like it. This is just how I do my brows, but really lightly at the front and then always brushing up each time. Dipping back into my pot and following this underline of my brow. So I am kind of slanting it upwards, pressing down, really quick, sharp motions. The consistency of this product is like a mousse. It's very, I know at the start of this product it was very moussey. As it goes on with time, it starts to go hard, and I just add a little bit of bio oil or any sort of like a rosehip oil, and it just loosens it up again, and you can just continue using it like that. So that's another little tip. And then I'm going to get to my arch, so keep brushing it up each time. Coming towards my arch, I am slanting it, and then going to continue down the end of my tail. Each time just brushing it upwards. Same thing on the other side of the brow. So brushing it up, starting at the front of the brow, brushing upwards, down to my tail. It's always going to look a little bit messy at the start, but don't worry, that is the beauty of carving out the brow. So we've done the bottoms, now we're going to go ahead and do the arch and the tops. Same product, same everything, smushing it out on the lid. So when I go in and do the tops, I don't start right up the front of the brow. I want to start sort of like a centimetre away and then following towards the arch. The reason I do this is because, as I said before, I don't want that box brow look, so I really don't want much product building up at the front of the brow. Each time just taking it back into the lid, mushing it out again, getting a really nice thin application on that brush, and going back in. So my idea of a perfect brow is a really nice light front of the brow and then a really nice defined arch and tail. So I think a really big factor in doing my brows is I get them threaded and tinted, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to try to find that natural shape. So just have a makeup wipe or a baby wipe near. I find it really useful for cleaning off the end of my brush. So the next product I'm going to be using is the Essence Eyebrow Stylist Kit. You can find them in any chemist. I know that they're definitely in Priceline. I'm fairly sure this is around $3 to $4, so very cheap. And you've got two little quadrants there, and the reason you've got two colors is one is designed for the front of the brow, and then the other is for your arch and the tail, which is the effect that I love. I think there are 3 other shades of this brand, so go and have a look and see if they work for you. But for me, I'm taking this darker one on the end of my brush again, just dipping in lightly. It's very pigmented, so just going in really light-handedly on that pomade where we've drawn the underline of the brow. Because the pomade is a waxy consistency, it lays down a really nice base for this powder. So this is going to make the brow look way more defined. So really focusing this powder on the arch and the tail. Always brushing up each time. We really want to avoid getting too close to the front of the brow. That's where it's going to start to create that really boxed brow look. I'm really sorry if you can hear any background noise. My sister is taking a shower right now and my boyfriend is playing Fortnite. Great. Okay, so we've underlined the bottoms of our brows. Now we're going to do the tops. Same product, same brush, then going over the top of that pomade once again. Starting away from the front of the brow, connecting up to the arch and the tail. Brushing the powder out each time as well, guys. It's a really important step. So I'm actually not going to apply any powder to the front of my brow. I really just want to keep that look of a nice, really nice fluffy front and then a nice defined arch and tail. Another little step I like to do is I grab this Tint My Brow by Australis. This is an amazing product. It not only sets your brows, but it does tint them. And for me, I like to tint them a little bit lighter because I can never find the right color for my brows. This is in the shade Blonde. It has a little spoolie on the end like this. What I do is I brush it up through the front of my brow, all the way to the arch, and then down to the tail, but not too much at the tail. I still want that really nice defined arch and tail. But remember, when you're brushing, this does set your brow, so try to have it in the shape that you want them to set down as. So now time for the most satisfying part of all, carving out the brow. This is the NYX Stick Foundation. I know it's a foundation, but I use it as a concealer because the consistency of this is so thick. This is in the shade 03 Light Pale. You just pop the lid off and then you wind up the foundation stick. So now grabbing a concealer brush. This is just a Nude By Nature concealer brush. Dipping it into this product here. And then you want to go straight for the bottoms of your brow, starting at the front and going right underneath the brow, creating a really nice sharp line. Just be careful, we really don't want to have concealer in our eyebrow hairs, so try to stay away, but try to get as close as we can at the same time. It's a tricky process. This product really moves well and it's got great coverage too. Really important to get right underneath that arch.
I just had the longest shower of my life.
Yeah, I know. I can hear it the whole time. You smell nice. Alright, bye. So brushing out that concealer under the brow. We're going to be blending it out with the Beauty Blender soon, so don't worry. Going right underneath the tail. And this is a really important part. We want to be flicking it outwards, because sometimes it is really hard to create that really nice flick at the end of the brow, so we can do that with the concealer. I'm just going to do one eye at a time, so now starting at the front of the brow. Curving it in. Trying not to cut out that arch. But don't worry if you do, just keep all the products close, and if you go over your arch or some of your brow, we'll be able to just keep drawing it back on. Onto the other eye now, same thing, dipping it back into the foundation. Carving out that nice crisp line. I think it helps a lot when you get a really good concealer brush. I like to have brushes that have a nice point at the end there. Being able to fix up all your mistakes. It's like they were never there. I'm a little bit dramatic and I like to join it up at the front. Try to create a little monobrow for myself. But I think it is a good indicator of how even they are as well. Taking it towards that arch. So now our brows are all carved out, we're going to go in with a Real Techniques sponge and blend that away. So the brows are done. Now I would go in and typically apply the rest of my makeup, but if you have made a mistake in this process, don't worry, you can go in as many times as you like and keep drawing it on and then carving it back out again. That is what I love about carving out my brows. So that's my brows done, guys. That was so quick and easy. Really cheap products. I have nothing against high-end. I love high-end products, but these honestly just work better for me. If you have any questions at all, leave it down in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. As I said before, I do get my brows tinted and threaded. I will leave all the places I go to down below, the location, the name of the people that I see. I hope you can walk away from this video knowing some more tips and tricks about how to do your brows. I hope that if you weren't confident carving out your brows, then you now are. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.